Inspirational choice to lead Nottingham Forest out of the wilderness at the bottom of the Premier Division, and the supporters have already shown their approval of the new caretaker player manager. The few thousand tickets that remain for this game have been snapped up in the last 24 hours. It should be virtually a full house, but what impact can Stuart Pearce have? Well, he's already added to the playing staff and changed the style of play. Nigel Clough is back, initially on a month's loan from Manchester City, but he's a substitute today to this adventurous team that Pearce has pondered on overnight. They'll play with three at the back. Nikola Jurkan, the Croatian international, has been recalled to that role. There'll be five in midfield, Saunders and Allen providing the width, and the Dutchman Brian Roy is recalled too to support Kevin Campbell up front. Well, Forest catch Arsenal today without three regular players. Tony Adams and Patrick Vieira are both suspended. Remy Gard, the other Frenchman, bought on the recommendation of Arsene Wenger, starts a Premier game for the first time. And with Lee Dixon injured, 20-year-old Gavin McGowan, an England schoolboy international, is at right wing-back. Dennis Bergkamp returns after missing 4 games with a hamstring injury. Stephen Lodge of Barnsley is the referee. Let's not forget that Frank Clark, recently departed, was a very popular manager here during his 3.5 years. But it's a new era that dawns for Nottingham Forest, and Stuart Pearce also retaining the captain's armband in his first challenge there with Merson. It really is going to be a tough few days for Nottingham Forest in their position at the bottom of the Premiership. After Arsenal, it's Manchester United here on Boxing Day. Jurkan, Saunders, here's Woan. Well, there's a cold, blustery wind. It may be difficult this afternoon for players in wide positions to hit accurate crosses. What a great club servant Stuart Pearce has been. He joined Nottingham Forest back in June 1985 for £200,000 from Coventry. He's since made over 500 appearances for them, and now not only caretaker player manager, captain as well. Awesome responsibility. What might spin off to Bergkamp, it did. Looks to check where Ian Wright is. Here's Ian Wright. Oh, he's tried to chip him. Tremendous instincts by Ian Wright. Arsenal fortunate the way the ball broke to them. Bergkamp looked out to see where Ian Wright had got to. He tried to pull it inside the defender, just momentarily seemed to lose his balance. But even then, with the vision to try and chip Crossley. Ian Wright cleverly changing the point of attack. Keown, Bergkamp, Keown, Bergkamp, Keown. Well, it was a great move, no disrespect to Martin Keown, but the man ultimately on the end of it probably wasn't the right one. A striker might have made far more of that. The interchange was neat. Maybe just getting the ball tied under his feet. Woan. Forest try again. Allen gets in on his left foot. It's the best chance that Nottingham Forest have created, and it's been some 22 minutes in coming. Inside, Gavin McGowan on his left foot, screwing off the outside of his boot. Allen still looking for his first goal of the season. Here's Renegard. Platting quickly. Right, back heel was intended for Bergkamp. Oh, and Ian Wright has had an angry dig there at Paul Merson. It's not often you see teammates falling out amongst themselves. Campbell. Again, Arsenal have dealt with it. They just take up a very solid line. Merson. Bergkamp. By Campbell. One for Allen to chase down this flank, and he gets to it. Just got Roy ahead of him. But again, Arsenal had defenders in sufficient numbers to deal with it. Dennis Bergkamp. To Platt. Well, that's worked out well. David Platt. Pearce gets back at him. And Platt may be getting a mouthful from Ian Wright. It was a better than decent shooting chance that Platt made for himself with that inspirational first touch. But as he gets to this, Ian Wright has motored into a better position. Here's Remigard. Merson, a lot of room, a lot of space. Winterburn on the overlap. Well, it was a fizzer. It was too hot for Crossley to hold at the first attempt. But there's always danger when you see Merson drifting in like that onto his right foot. Nottingham Forest haven't conceded a goal. They haven't looked like scoring one either. But here at the City Ground, the crowd a little bit subdued at a half-time score which reads Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. It's the shortest day of the year, and Nottingham Forest hope that this is the low point of their season. Just 10 points from 17 games so far. That's 3 less than Coventry, Southampton and Blackburn. But they'll need to do better in the second half against Arsenal if they're to collect anything from this home fixture. Winterburn helps it on to Ian Wright. And that will be Nottingham Forest throw. Well, Nigel Clough may be about to be introduced into the action. If he does, it will be his 400th appearance as a Nottingham Forest player. Here's Cooper. Brian Roy from long range. Well, he hit it very well. Scored 14 goals in his first season for Nottingham Forest, 10 last season, but just 1 in 12 appearances before today. Remigard looking for Merson. Corner. Nice first touch by Merson, who's having a very solid season. And Winterburn has gone across to take the corner. Little look to check where people are. Bold is at the near post. Ian Wright inside the 6-yard box. It was Kevin Campbell defending. Back to Winterburn. Crossley comes. Oh, he's dropped it. Ian Wright. A howler by Mark Crossley, and you can't legislate for mistakes like that. It looked easy for the Nottingham Forest keeper to field. Came to claim it in the air, and somehow it squirmed from his grasp. Just a bit casual, perhaps. Keown helped it on its way at the feet of Ian Wright into the back of the net, past a very disappointed Stuart Pearce standing on the goal line. It's Ian Wright's 21st goal of the season, and maybe that will be sufficient to lift them back to the top of the Premiership. They were dislodged on Tuesday night as a result of Liverpool's 4-2 defeat of this Nottingham Forest side. And now Arsenal in the lead. And it may well be that the the best of this match will be in this final half an hour or so. Forest have got to carry the battle forward now. Campbell not quite quick enough. Winterburn in first as a corner. Nigel Clough on to resume his Nottingham Forest career. Brian Roy, the player who's been taken off. It's a crowded area. Lukic just got one hand on it. This is Chris Allen. Pearce. Looking for Wone. Knocked up by Saunders. Back to Saunders. And Arsenal have crowded them out, and here's Dennis Bergkamp. Remy Gard. Out by Chettle. Well, Mark Crossley has been ever present this season, but he's only kept 4 clean sheets in 20 appearances before today. You just can't keep Ian Wright down. Edging ever closer to that record of goals for Arsenal scored by Cliff Baston. 178 is the target. Ian Wright now on 165. Yes! Haaland! One. 2 in the space of a couple of minutes. And it's joy unbounded here at the City Ground. Great work by Saunders. And what a good strike by Alf-Inge Haaland. It's the perfect riposte from Nottingham Forest, and can that be the springboard to a vital victory? 21 minutes gone in the second half, and Nigel Clough adds his congratulations, and Stuart Pearce gets the message across that the job is only half done. Back on level terms, but more still required. Kevin McGowan, the player who is coming off, and Ray Parlour hurrying to join the action. Arsenal under pressure at the moment. Haaland helps it on. Here's Winterburn. Ian Wright was blocked by Jurkan. Free kick has been given. Jurkan has been cautioned. He'll have to be careful. And, well, Jurkan is now down, and Ian Wright was involved. The crowd saw what the referee didn't. And maybe the referee's assistant on the far side did, because Stephen Lodge has now gone across to talk to the official on that far side. And Ian Wright might be in trouble here. Well, he's reaching into the pocket. Ian Wright has only got himself to blame. It's the early bath for the Arsenal player, annoyed at the obstruction by Jurkan a moment earlier. And then, as you have to say, unfortunately, is typical of Ian Wright, he reacted to it. And the clash between them on the edge of the screen, as you look, didn't, in fairness, look to be that much. Well, once again, the new Arsenal manager, Arsene Wenger, having to watch his team play out a match with only 10 men. Merson. This is Morrow. Here's David Platt. Yurkan looks for somebody forward, in the end opts for Dean Saunders. Morrow slipped. Saunders. Campbell! Well, Saunders out wide with another ball into the middle, which fashioned a chance, as it did for the goal by Haaland. That time just behind Kevin Campbell, who needed the touch to steady himself, never quite got hold of it. Ian Wone. Here's Clough. Merson. Pearce to Haaland. Des Little. Cooper. Just Chettle. Stuart Pearce. Ian Wone. Pearce. Campbell. Here's Haaland. Yes! Haaland gets his second. And our Nottingham Forest about to end that disastrous run of results. 16 matches without a win, but they've come back from 1-0 down against Arsenal to lead 2-1, and we've just over a minute and a half left to play. The ball squeezing between Linnigan and Campbell. Haaland, the Norwegian, onto it quickest. To the last minute. Can Nottingham Forest hold on for this, well, in truth, improbable victory? Certainly when they went 1-0 down. Arsenal's cause not helped by the sending off of Ian Wright. Clough, Saunders. Here's Wone. Wone on the left foot. Well, it needed pace. He wasn't able to provide it on the shot. Maybe there wasn't anything left in the legs. Stuart Pearce just telling Crossley to keep the ball and keep things calm as the new man inspired Forest to a memorable win. He said he fretted all night over what team to pick and who to play, and took everybody by surprise with the 11 that he chose in the formation. Left Liam O'Kane on the bench to make any decisions about substitutes, just concentrating himself on playing his own part as the captain on the field. Arsene Wenger just asked to get back from the touchline. Pearce knocks it out. Clough, only as far as Ray Parlour. Obstruction, free kick. There's still a chance for Arsenal. Only defeated in the Premiership previously this season, Arsenal, by Liverpool and Manchester United. And they pushed everybody into the penalty area. Crossley didn't get it, but neither did the Arsenal forwards, and now Forest can break out with Saunders. Well, he just wants to run it down to the corner flag and keep it as long as he can. It's goal kick, but it's run down some more vital seconds. Stuart Pearce still pointing and asking for extra effort. Have done it. Haaland's 2 goals, had only previously scored once in 52 appearances before this season, Alf-Inge Haaland, but he's delivered 2 goals for his new manager Stuart Pearce to give Nottingham Forest victory over Arsenal by 2 goals to 1. But maybe this is the start of a Forest revival. The club, with significant debts of many millions of pounds, still an uncertainty about when the new consortium will take over, probably in January, but maybe the road back to salvation in the Premiership has begun. final score, Nottingham Forest 2, Arsenal 1.
The boys worked very hard for me today. It's important that I get their backing. I mean, there's never any doubt that the supporters will back me here, and it's important that the players do, and they showed me today that they were behind me. But as we're aware, we're bottom of the league. We're still bottom of the league, even though we've won a match, and there's a lot of hard work to do.
We just got on with it as normal, and you know, he talks a lot when he was a captain, so we just continued with that. Yep. It's just a bit more formal now.
I think we have to concentrate on the game and not to judge the referees, and just to accept and to adapt our behaviour to not be sent off. That's all. I think we have to think positively and to concentrate on the quality of our game.
Is this loan period likely to become permanent?
I have no idea at the moment. It was just, you know, a month, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, the situation here with takeovers, consortiums, and so on needs sorting out. But obviously, I'd love to be involved further. Sure.
Your dad wasn't here today, but I understand he will be coming to see some games in the near future.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he went to his first one, I think, Notts County last week. If Forest had been at home, then he'd have come here. And I think he's looking forward to coming and watching a bit of football in the next few months.
Well, they say fortune favours the brave. It certainly wasn't a cautious team selection by Stuart Pearce.
Definitely brave. I mean, they've only scored 5 goals in 8 home games, and he picked a very, very attacking lineup. If we look at the formation here, I saw this at 5-3, and I thought, get your mortgage in Arsenal to win the game. I mean, the 2 wing backs, you've got Saunders, who's a centre forward, and you've got Allen, who's a very attacking winger. But to be fair to Stuart Pearce, this is the best chance of the first half. He does well there. Pearce gets an interception. And Allen, who's playing wing back on the left-hand side, is in a very forward position here. When Moan gets it, he's inside, shows a lot of strength and determination. Really should have done better in there. And in the second half, this equalising goal on the other side, Dean Saunders, who's playing wing back on the right-hand side, he picks it up, goes at Winterburn, looks to go inside, comes on the outside of him, decent cross in, and Haaland scores there. I like the way Dean Saunders approached the game. You know, he was definitely playing out of position, but he played with 100% commitment and showed some nice touches, and I don't think a manager can ask for any more than that. Forest, for me, still got the problems up front. The best players today, the 3 centre-backs were great, but for me, the man of the day, or the man of the match, was Cooper, just in front of the back 3. He was terrific.
It was a brave line-up by Forest, but Arsenal couldn't exploit it, could they, really, today?
Well, in the first half hour, down the left-hand side, the Arsenal left-hand side, there was so much space. I was just expecting them to exploit that. Merson got the ball once and cut inside, had a good shot, but apart from that, they never really got going at all.
Now, Arsenal have had a player sent off in their last 3 away games, Wright added to that list today, and it was rather stupid, wasn't it?
I thought he was unlucky. He had an in-and-out day for him.
Unlucky to be sent off?
I thought he was unlucky to be sent off, but this is how it started. We pick him up here. Merson is on the ball there, and what Wright tries to do is he back-heeled it here, and there's a bit of a fracas. We circle the 2 of them. If you look closely, Merson on the far side, he's going to Wright saying, why did you back-heel it? Why don't you just play it simple? There you go. Wright doesn't like that, and what he does, he runs after Merson, in front of the referee, he pushes him. Now, there's only one winner there, and that's opposition. But it really didn't affect him that much, because 30 seconds later, ball comes out of defence, a long ball. This is what he's typical. Unselfish, great movement, takes on the right-hand side, cuts inside, and gains Arsenal a corner. And then he scores a goal, a half chance. You give him a half chance in the box, he'll tuck it away. Bad mistake with the keeper. He picks the ball up there, decent touch underneath his feet, and he puts it in the back of the net. And you would think, well, he's on a high now. Even though Arsenal lost the goal and it's back to 1-1. He's checked there by Jerkan, but he gets a foul. It's no problem. You know, just get on with the game. You're playing well, you're on a high, you're scoring lots of goals. And for some reason, he goes looking for trouble. But I think he doesn't raise his arms here. I think he just barges into Jerkan. And I don't think, for me, that he should be sent off.
He's asking for trouble just by
he's asking for trouble, but it's only a booking. I think he's very, very unlucky to get sent off there. I think that the guy is one of the best players in the Premiership, but there's no doubt about it. His temperament is suspect.
He'll miss their cup game against Sunderland. Now, with their European Cup responsibilities postponed until March...
3-match ban for his dismissal at Nottingham Forest will stand. Referee Stephen Lodge has decided not to reverse his decision after watching the incident again on video. Wright's ban begins with next Saturday's FA Cup tie against Sunderland. Now, on Monday night, that was one of the season's biggest games.
Another fruitless journey up the M1 for Arsenal. Defeat in Nottingham, followed by a blank in Sheffield against a well-organised Wednesday. Dennis Bergkamp drew most of the plaudits, but his cushioned layoff was squandered by David Platt. In the second half, when the Dutchman showed the striker's instinct to drop off his marker, the header only left a mark on the post. The chance to close on Liverpool deflected away.